Traveler, Paimon, please let me be your partner for the final round of the test of courage. I'd like your assistance with this investigation, since you two are the only ones who have seen the alleged ghost.
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
I have a few theories, but we don't have enough leads yet. There are some places I'd like to investigate first, so you two can accompany me.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
I want to go back to where we first met up. According to your accounts, you encountered the ghost there and passed out. I believe there may still be some clues there.
Do we really have to go?
Are you worried that she'll be waiting for us? If anything, that would make things easier. My worry is that
Wow, Hazel!
the more cases you see, the less afraid you become. Let's go. This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost. Of course, we cannot conclude whether the woman is actually a ghost or not at this point, but I'd like to go over everything that happened again. Do you recall anything she said at the time?
Let Paimon think. She warned us not to go near.
And then what happened?
Then, Paimon saw some sort of black mist. Exactly! So are you convinced it was a ghost now?
It's possible, but even if she is a ghost, as long as she possessed...
Wasn't she after our souls? She said that herself.
I think she was just trying to scare you.
Oh.
Think about it. If I had the ability to take your souls, besides, a ghost wouldn't have allowed you to walk away knowing about the secret of its power.
That does make sense. Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that?
I believe there are only two possibilities. But if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have noticed. So, this is the less likely...
But why would she want to scare us away? Maybe she was trying to get us to quit, so she... Oh! Probably not. So why does she want to scare us? Do you have any ideas, Hazel?
Based solely on your account, I don't believe she... But this evidence alone is though, my Have you found any leads yet?
Yeah, some tree branch...
I see. Aside from the bench, if only there was some more conclusive evidence.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's you guys. We heard you were out. Oh, that's rude.
Actually, we just asked the member that lady is either a nasty evil spirit or a formidable yokai. Either way, it's not good. But we still want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival. Uh-huh.
We long admired the friendship between Lord Kamai and the samurai, which is why we want to hold them. Even though our powers are limited, we don't want this bond of friendship to vanish. The Mikawa Flower...
The Chinju Forest covers a large area, so it'd be great to have more help in the investigation. Welcome to the team. Let's all do our best to figure out...
Don't worry, we're very... the river. Huh? What is it?
Is it a scrap of black cloth? I've never...
This is a piece of shade cloth.
Shade?
Yeah, it can effectively block out light, and there's a rough
Branches?
Suppose that when the shade cloth... Either she didn't care, or she was in too great a hurry.
But why would she hang...
I'm only speculating, but... Maybe she used it to create the atmosphere you experience. Let's not worry about that for now. There's still many variables I haven't deduced yet. Next, I'd like to investigate the place where the Arataki gang encountered her.
Oh, I know. I asked the gang member.
Good. Please, let's go find out what's going on.
This is the place. They claim that as they...
Huh. We saw the very same thing!
Let's start by taking a look around the area, just as we did before.
I found some sort of smell. The inside of it...
Judging from the burn, brother...
There's some strange powder and I picked some up and...
Similar scare tactics. And she didn't have the time to completely hide the traces. I believe we're closing in on the truth now. I'm almost certain that the woman you encountered was not a ghost. She possesses no extraordinary powers. She was merely scaring people with some small props she had set up.
Some small props? But can you really do all that with just some props? What we saw was absolutely terrifying.
First and foremost, the test of courage contributed to the unsettling atmosphere here. You were initially frightened by your first encounter with these 3 yokai because you were already tensed up. That's when she pulled down.
So, it was all just a show? She tricked us!
There is, however, still... That couldn't have been accomplished by just...
Oh, Paimon can't wrap her head around all this.
She can only use props to scare people in the forest, but she can use strange powers on the beach.
Whoa, that was fast.
If we rule out the potential of organized crime, then only I know who the woman is.
We'll come along too.
No, you should go back and tell the others the truth has surfaced.
Okay, if you run into any danger...
There shouldn't be any danger. Let's search along the cliffside. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a chunk of earth that's unlike the others.
I knew it. I knew that you would come find me here.
There she is. Paimon thought you were a yokai like the... So, who are you? And...
I have already warned you never to speak to me. If you don't leave now, then...
She's terrifying! Hazo, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any props this time!
Don't move. Just trust me. Your yokai power won't scare us. It will only hasten your demise.
Yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
You're a yokai that emerged from an object and assumed a human form outside of your own body. When this type of yokai is close to its own body, it can use some yokai power, but that ability weakens as it moves, and if the original body is destroyed, then the yokai that originated from it will likely... Should I refer to you as a Hagoita spirit, or Tsukumogami?
Don't bother. You may call...
Chizuru, if you're a yokai, you should... Besides, we had a great time.
Yes. That's why. That's why I don't...
Sad?
I'm sure but they don't The samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival. They met again 10 years later and remained friends. They spent time together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other, but 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazara?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked for. Lord Kamai's appearance hadn't changed. People often say that those outside the situation can see things more clearly. And I learned a harsh truth after witnessing all of it. Everything that people come to regret, we yokai are when the dream ends, all that is left are sorrowful memories. And even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye. Imagine what a pure and kind little yokai.
Oh.
So, you mean...
I was hiding on this beach. Wait, but those 3 yokai came, and I didn't want them to...
Is that why you Oh. So...
My power has... But that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decoration. That's why I used...
Ah, so... By the way...
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Hagoita? Oh, wait! So that means...
The pair of Hagoita, you gradually developed sentience after being influenced by great yokai power. Even with the yokai powers, and if my theory is correct, this pair of Hagoita is also the item we need to find for the...
Excellent work. You figured it all out. Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the 3rd round of the...
Miko? And the Shrine Maiden? Paimon thought you went missing.
I apologize for causing you concern. It was actually Lady Yai's idea.
Well, what did... Because fear is induced by uncertainty, the more chaotic the situation...
So you're the one responsible for all the scary stuff.
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has ended and that we have a winner.
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. I'll see you two later.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the 3rd round?
Miko! Lady...
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flap. That was when I saw you. You didn't have...
I remember now.
I went for a stroll on the... Though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting... I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with...
Huh? When was that?
With your powers being so diminished, you must have been blaming yourself all this time.
At the time, I couldn't take on. But after they said, Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know many more people meet, become friends, and then go their separate... Is it really...
Why not?
I felt happy.
But your rationality told you... It turns out that the...
What do you mean?
True, but the story... It is believed that Takuto... 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments.
Oh...
We yokai are not like... However, there's no reason to be upset by this. Time flies...
Hey, compadres!
Ito, what are you doing here?
He told me everything. I even know who the ghost lady is. Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you... Right. All right, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be holding the Mikawa Flower. I gave it some real thought. That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing...
Hooray for Ito!
Oh.
Can we really trust this guy with the festival?
Hey, what you trying to say? Everyone's busy getting ready, and the festival will be up and...
You're the best, Ito!
And what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look, too. It has been some time since I've...
Paimon's gotta admit, a festival, delicious food, count Paimon in!
All right, I'll join. If you don't mind, that is.
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out!
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
Oh, I was just saying that if I had more time, I'd have built a massive fishing pond here.
Fishing? You know, when I lived on Watatsumi Island, I used to just dive into the sea and catch fish with my bare hands.
Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish is nowhere near as fun as using a fishing rod. Just the other day, I caught a fish so big that I didn't even know how to handle it. I even wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House about it.
That's an unusual problem to have.
Huh? A big fish? How come you didn't tell us? Paimon could have helped you eat it!
Huh? You wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House?
Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life column and asked Miss Hina for advice. She's so amazing. She got back to me really quickly, too.
Huh. What a coincidence. I do some part-time work there, and I recently received a similar letter.
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be? Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get out there and catch an even bigger fish. Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Aw, the string snapped. I was so close. Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks. Can you really fish out these water balloons with a string?
Don't worry. Let me show you a little trick. Just remember that your hand has to be quick.
Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon's seen this game in some light novels before.
Do you want to give it a shot? Close one eye, aim carefully, and fish it out quickly.
Oh, it looks kinda tricky. Paimon will let the traveler try. You have to catch at least 3 water balloons since there's 3 of us.
But Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
This ramen is so good.
Yes, it feels like it's been ages since the last time I had some.
You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's so delicious!
Oh, it's you. We'll need 2 more bowls of ramen, please. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt, so I don't get to eat them very often.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, now Paimon totally gets why Ayaka would put cake in the hot pot.
Huh?
Oh, please, no need to bring that up again.
Phew, I'm stuffed and feeling a little sleepy. I'm just gonna take a nap.
By the way, were there any special stalls at yokai festivals in the past?
Yes, but... well, it's a long story.
Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. You've gotten rusty. Chizuru managed to finally get one and gave it to Hitotsume Kozo.
He looked like he really wanted...
But Paimon wanted one too.
All right, then I'll catch one for you next time.
Yay!
Come on now, this is way more expensive than usual. Even if it is a festival, you shouldn't hike up the prices this much.
Hey now, it costs money to run a stall. I need to raise my prices to help cover the expenses, you know?
Fair enough. How about 5 masks for 30% off? Final offer.
All right, all right.
It's so hot. Feels like I'm being roasted here.
Don't get too close. It's better to keep a few steps back.
I know. It's just so rare to see such a nice bonfire. I want to get as close as I can to enjoy it.
There are many beautiful things in the world. There's no need to be anxious. The festival has only just begun.
I was surprised that you didn't even tell your sister. It seems she was quite frightened, too.
It would have been uninteresting had I told her what was going to happen ahead of time. Besides, with her friends by her side, she wouldn't ever be too scared. Having a little fright is good to release any tension she might have accumulated lately.
Everything went according to plan. People started to panic as soon as they sensed that they had no idea what was happening. How amusing.
Yes, well done.
Hey, you two, stop laughing! It was scary!
Have you finished exploring the festival? Well then, are you having a good time?
Yeah, it's great!
The original Mikawa Flower Festival was much more lively. But even if you could attend the original, you probably wouldn't be as happy as you are now. Because it's always more fun to enjoy a festival with friends, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you.
Well then, I'm guessing you have something you want to say to her alone. We'll leave you in peace.
What did you want
Ah, you saw through me again. I can't help but feel you somehow know everything.
It's not that I know everything. It's just that I've been in your position before.
Traveler, do you have a moment? I'd like to talk to you. Alone on the beach. All right, here will do. Thank you for agreeing to come with me. Actually, I was delighted when I first discovered that I could take on a human form. I was a yokai derived from a pair of Hagoita who came into being in the middle of a festival. So naturally, I enjoyed the lively festival atmosphere. I wanted to go to more festivals, become friends with humans, and play Akitsu Yugen with them. But every evening, as night began to set in, I'd recall the bitter smile of the old samurai as he set down the Hagoita, and the lonely Kamai sighing as he drank his sake. Then I would wonder, if I became friends with a human, would that person experience the same melancholy in the future? As a result, I was convinced that I couldn't do it. I told myself I would not repeat that same mistake. I'm sorry that I spoke so strangely when we first met. I'm sure it must have scared you. I expected you to flee in terror. But when we met again, you acted like you had no trouble being around me. I knew you mistook me as one of the yokai. But instead of telling you the truth, I went and played Akitsu Yugen with you. I'm not... Perhaps it's because... Or perhaps it was because I knew I didn't have much time left, and I didn't want to be alone. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to play with me. When we played Akitsu Yugen, Paimon said the loser would have to grant the winner a wish. At the time, I wished for us to never cross paths again. However, you still came and found me. Meaning, you never granted my wish. So, can I make another wish? Let me think. I wish for you to remember me. No. I only have one wish, so I better make it count. Okay. Listen carefully. My wish is... I wish that every day of your journey ahead will be filled with joy, like a festival.